Today's hairstyle is going to be a super hardcore spike studded braided absolutely amazing hairstyle that I found on Kelly Osbourne's Instagram. So it is inspired from one of her pictures that she wore on Fashion Belize, and I love this hairstyle. It is so like bad girl and so much fun and pretty easy if you know how to French braid. So let's get started. I'm going to do a center part. You can do a side if you would like. I'm just going to do a center because that's how she wore it, and I think it's going to give the best even distribution on both sides. So starting on whichever side you would like to do first, I'm going to start a French braid, and we're going to keep our hands very, very close to our part, so as close to the top as we can because we want our ridges to be very high. And I'm just going to be doing a Dutch braid, so I am doing my French braiding, adding hair to one side, incorporating that into the outside strand, and then crossing my strand under, adding hair to the opposite side, and crossing that under. So French braiding this all the way back into a pigtail, kind of like we did when we were little. So I'm just going to continue French braiding all the way down. As you can see, keep this as tight as you possibly can. We want it to stay nice and firm to the head so that we don't get any bump outs or anything like that. Then just secure your ends with an elastic. I'm going to use clear, and then once you have that done, it should look something like this, and just go over to the opposite side and do the same thing. So now we have two matching rows of pigtail French braids. So I have two. You can either use your own hair, or if you have short hair or you want to incorporate more, you can use extensions and just use the smaller wefts and put those on your head just like you see me here, kind of like halfway. If you don't want to use extensions, or if you have longer hair, then just skip this step. Starting with one of your braids, you're going to create a circular motion, so a big circle, keeping in mind how long your hair is and how much you can coil this around, because you want your entire circle to have an outline so you can have your ring and then fill it in with the rest of the braid. And because I'm working with 4 braids, I have a larger amount that I can do, so I'm going to have a very big circle in the back. But we want to do this in a coiled shape, and it just goes in a circular motion. So pin those to your scalp and make sure that all of your braids are pinned up, and then make sure your ends are tucked up and under, and just kind of swirl your braids around in a circular motion around each other like you see me doing. Then your result should look just like this, and you can keep it like this, or we can add these adorable spike studded clips just like Kelly wore in her picture. And I'm going to put these right on my ridge a little bit further back so you can see kind of like 1/4 of the way from the very back, and I'm just going to place these right next to each other so it looks like a very long line of spikes. It is so cool. It kind of reminds you of a dinosaur. At least that's what one of the girls told me. So I'm just going to put those in, and then once I get those on the sides, I'm going to go towards the back and use my smaller clips and my single studs and place these just kind of around wherever you want. I'm going to place 3 on top, 1 in the middle, and then 2 on each side. Once you've finished, everything should be nice and secure, and you are finally done with your hairstyle. This is pretty easy, right? I just love the look of it. It is so awesome and so fun, and I just think it's an awesome little hairstyle that you can rock just like Kelly. So stay tuned if you want to see how I made the clips. So next I'm going to teach you how to make these clips with the studs on them. You're going to need clips, the brooches, you're going to need studs, multiple ones, a nail file, a hot glue gun, and then you can also have little small pliers. Those are optional. I'm going to make 4 because I want 2 on each side. So first I'm going to grab my clip, the one that we're actually going to be pinning into our hair, and I'm going to use my nail file to kind of buff off the surface, so get rid of any of that shine so that when I use the hot glue gun, it will adhere better. I'm going to measure out how many studs I need, and then I will buff the end of that stud or the bottom of that stud where the 2 surfaces will meet. That way it will adhere really well and not just pop off. Now comes the gluing part. I like to use pliers because if I just use my fingers, the hot glue gun could touch my fingers, and let's just say it's really hot. That's why it's called a hot glue gun. So I'm going to hold the stud in the pliers and then do a little small dot of hot glue, just enough so where we can put it on top of our clip. So then just press down quickly onto the clip, your stud, and then use your fingers to kind of position it where you want it to and press it down so it's nice and firmly adhered to the other surface. And then you can also clean away any other glue that you need to. And can continue to do this until your entire clip has studs on it. When you're done, your clips should look just like this, so have those awesome little spikes on the top. Moving on to the single clips, you're going to need basically the same things, except this time we're working with larger studs and then pin curl clips you can find at your local beauty supply store. So it's basically the same process. You are going to grab your studs. I like to use my pliers for this one just because these were easier. And I'm going to sand the back of them so that they have no more of that shiny surface and I can adhere it better. And then I'm going to take my glue gun and apply a small dot to the back of your stud and press this onto the top part of your clip, just like so. So it's going to be on the top part like you see there. Well, once you have finished that, you have created 4 clips and then 6 individual stud clips. So now you can rock your awesome Kelly Osbourne hair or add them into other hairstyles. Don't forget to check out my other tutorials like this one, which is 15 ways to style your bangs. Whether you want them up and out of your face or you're trying to grow them out, this is an awesome tutorial. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye!